on YouTube, check it out. Let's see. Montana executives are stuck on the laundry today. Yeah, for sure. You know what? Everybody's got to do laundry. Executives too. All right. Let me go find this other phone. But our guest is about to tune in. I need our other phone. All right. Turns out my wife hid it from our children under the bed. Hi, Shane.
I want to have my own phone.
Okay, not right now, but I'll get it for you.
Well, where is it?
I'm not sure. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
No.
Okay.
I was saying hi to no one.
You want to say hi to no one? All right,
Yeah.
fine. I won't have you say hi then. I bet they would love for you to say hi.
Dad.
Look.
No.
Okay. All right, fine. Not going to pressure the kids into showbiz. Hey. Shane, is Daddy getting ready to do folding with friends? We do this every week, don't we? Folding with friends. Ashley Kovacs is here. What's up, everyone?
I don't like Ashley Kovacs.
Well, don't say that about Ashley Kovacs. I'm sure she's a very nice lady.
She's not a bad bitch. She's not a bad bitch.
What, are you talking about Nanny Ashley?
No.
Because we might know Ashley Kovacs, you know.
I don't like Ashley Kovacs.
Well, but I know you like Nanny Ashley, don't you?
No.
Well, yes,
I
you
like
do.
my mom and dad.
Well, your mom and dad like you too. That's very
Can
nice.
someone to my phone?
What's up, BioGeek 10?
I'm so to my phone.
Not right now. Here, Mom has it. Go talk to him. You want to say bye to everybody? Okay. Whew. Okay, just about ready. What's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by. Sorry for the technical errors, but the exciting news at the Mayor House is we just got a brand new basketball hoop. So we finished installing it. That's why we're running a few minutes late. That's why everyone's all ramped up. That's why I'm not totally prepared yet, but that's okay, because here on Folding with Friends, we roll with it. Secret guest for laundry tonight. Going live. Okay, cool. Now we're ready. So I'm Ryan Mayer, certified ADHD coach, your wingman when it comes to all things ADHD. And tonight we have a secret guest coming, which I'm really excited to welcome to the show for the first time ever. So I'm letting him know that we are getting started here. It's going to be awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Now we got TikTok going. We got Joy Jenkins here. Hey, thank you, Joy, for stopping by. Hey, Rainbow Butterfly, welcome. And right now, my MacBook is freezing up a little bit, so we're just trying to get that going. There we go. Okay. So here on Folding with Friends, what we do every single week is we not only work on putting our clothes away, but we work on opening up the things that are going well in our lives and celebrating and supporting each other. So Sylvia Skinner, you're in the right place. Marissa, you're in the right place. We're so glad everybody is here. Thank you for stopping by. Those that are tuning in on YouTube, we're so grateful for you. And the last thing I need to do to get us totally ready is for us to get the time timer going. So I'm going to go grab that. I'm plugging in all phones, all devices, and then we should be ready to rock and roll. Ethan, I need your help. Here, please. Okay, I asked my son to get me some water. Have you hydrated recently? If you haven't, now would be a great time to do that, because we're about to get started on making progress. As always, we're setting up our time timer to gamify this a little bit for our ADHD brains. We got plenty of laundry to do. So you tell me, what are you going to work on? What can we support you in doing tonight? Are you working on laundry, or are you going to do something else? You can also just hang out. That's okay too. Yeah. Do you want to say anything to everyone?
Hey, y'all.
And normally, what else do you say?
Like and subscribe.
Woohoo! Tell everyone the exciting news. I was going to tell them, but I'll let you tell them. What happened today at our house?
We got a new basketball hoop.
Woo! To celebrate your upcoming birthday. Are you excited?
Yeah.
And you made your first shot ever on it, right?
Yeah.
You did great. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Everybody do a heart.
That's a great point, Ethan. If you're here, you can show your support for Ethan. If you think he's super cute, and if you're excited for his basketball hoop, you can make sure you tap on the screen, get a little thumb exercise. That'd be great. Live access. What is going on over here? Okay. That was weird. My TikTok stream just canceled. I don't know why. Okay. No worries. Oh, look. Liked and subscribed. And she did 3 basketballs for you. Thank you. All right, cool. Great stuff. All right, let's see. Secret what? Just talk. What? I can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Talk. What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. You can go live and join live as I get. What? Okay. Appeal. Why? Sorry, I'm just over here on TikTok. They canceled my live for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm just trying to figure that out. All right, 19. All right, tell them, Ethan, tell them why ADHD is good.
because you're creative.
That is true. This is very strange. Okay, that's fine. Selfie with my ID. Yeah, well, thank you for bearing with us. All right, Ethan, go ahead and head out, please.
Bye, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And make sure you watch my dad's other content. Bye.
Great job. Thank you.
Dad, what were you doing?
What do you mean what I'm doing?
Why are you doing a YouTube video?
Do you want to say hi to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Say like and subscribe, and then leave.
Like and subscribe. Bye.
Good job. Love you. Good night. See you later. It's ridiculous. I'm having to take a picture of my ID for TikTok. This is like, it's ridiculous. FPNUIJ. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Okay. FPNUIJ. What is that? Okay, I will. Request submitted. Thanks for submitting the appeal. We'll notify you via email or inbox notifications. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll just do it on Instagram. No problem. All right. We're going to start doing some laundry. And I'm going to text our secret guest and let that person know that we're ready to go. Okay. Well, we'd love to have you join and do some laundry with us if you'd like. And man, we have a lot less laundry than usual. I'm kind of confused. Oh, there's another basket. All right, well, that'll explain. Okay. All right, so for those who are just joining, I am Ryan Mayer, certified ADHD coach and your accountability partner and wingman for tonight's events. And so excited that you're here. Want to let you know you're not alone. You don't have to do this alone anymore. For anybody who struggles with ADHD, as I do, and a lot of my clients do, I just want to acknowledge how tough that is. And that's why 5.5 years ago or so, I started my coaching practice, because I just wanted people to know that they don't have to do this anymore. And another thing that I do in my coaching practice is we share what's going well in our lives. So I would love to know what kind of things can we celebrate with you today? Alexa, off. Alexa, off. I'm doing a good job of staying calm. I was very overstimulated. But we are good to go now. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce to you our secret guest for the evening. Coming in, I'm going to let this person introduce themselves. But I'm just so excited. I reached out today, I think, today or yesterday, and said, hey, want to be a guest on Folding with Friends? And our guest said yes. So for those of you who might be watching on YouTube or tuning in on other platforms, you'll have to listen in, and you can watch the replay, or you can follow this person on other platforms once he gets in here. Pray for Simi. Love that name. What's up, Zaddy? Welcome. Oh, so Lynn, got it. 68-year-old, just realized you have ADHD. I'm excited because I've partnered up with ADHD Online, and you can actually get a diagnosis. It's never too late, even if you're 66. I had one of my clients, he got diagnosed when he was 85. He is now, I want to say he just turned 90. And he told me that this has been the best years of his life. And Organize and Flow, I admitted you, but it said the organization can't join. Hey, I didn't thumbs up that. Do you need to try from your personal account? I don't know if it's because it's a business account or what. Oh, you started following me. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, thank you for following me. Let's see if it works now. So, all right, I will reveal now who we are inviting in. This is Ed from Organize and Flow. So, speaking of getting things organized here on Folding with Friends, he and his wife run a team that I'll just tell you. I'll let him tell you more about it. But Danny Butler III, so glad you are here. Welcome. All right, let's see if this works to bring Ed onto the show here. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties tonight, but we're not going to let that stop us because I know the value it is going to bring. But in the meantime, I will ask, hey, have you watered your brain lately? Let's take a pit stop with me at hydration station. What's up, Coach Danny B? Hey, if you're stopping by, I would love for you to get some thumb exercise, get some likes on this, and let us know something we can celebrate with you. All right, Ed, we are trying to get you to join. And hey, you know what? I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, it says Organize and Flow is unable to join. I don't know why that is happening. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Come on, get in here. Ed, I hope this works. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not working. We've never had that happen before. You are watering your brain today by reading The Obstacle is the Way. Great book. Is that Ryan Holiday? Earlier and right now I'm enjoying some cucumber water. Excellent choice. Yeah, try to join on the personal account. Perfect, Ed. Thank you. Joshua Zinkan, welcome. Welcome. We are so glad you're here. We are getting ready to welcome a special guest. In addition to Danny Butler III and Coach Josh, who's also here now. Oakview Electric, Sean is in. Welcome. We are here. We are overcoming challenges. We've had some, unfortunately, had some technical difficulties today, which we don't normally have. My TikTok live got shut off. My guess is because I let my 7-year-old be on camera, and to keep kids safe, they tried to not let kids be on live streams. So that's my guess of why that happened. So I appreciate that they are working on keeping kids safe. So I can't be upset about that. And that has never happened to me before. So I guess maybe that's why that may have taken place. But that's okay. We will overcome. So yeah, if you've never joined us before here on Folding with Friends, we get together every single Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. And we've only missed a couple of times in the last several years. And we are so happy that you are visiting, and you can, would love to have you stop by also and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're coming up, we're approaching 7,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you to all those who already support, and would love to have more. We are going to surpass 10,000 in 2025. I would say it's my goal, but I already know we're going to get there, and we're going to far exceed it on our way to 1 million or a few million. But you can help to spread the word. And one of the ways you can do that is by liking while you're here. I'll be joined here in short order by my beautiful neurotypical wife, Andrea. She is putting the kids to bed upstairs. Normally that is a team effort, but earlier this evening, I was working with my neighbor outside to install our new basketball hoop. So that was a huge moment. It put us behind schedule a little bit, but totally worth it. And if you're just getting here, or if this is your first time here, I wanted to let you know you are welcome. You belong here. You're not alone. And if you do have ADHD, we are family. Come on, all my people with me. And we like to celebrate the things that are going well in our lives and help each other to figure out how we can move a little bit closer to the happiness that we all truly deserve. And that's what I do in my coaching practice. And I am very blessed to have clients from all over the world and have the honor of working with them. Injections by Adrian is here. Julio is here. Liam is here. And Ed is here. Let's see if we can get Ed into the event. See if we can make this happen for him. Yes! Yes, there he is. Ed. Dude, great to see you.
Me too. Let me get my. It's not picking up my earbuds. What's going on?
Yeah. Oakview Electric is like, squirrel. Yeah, we have a lot going on. That's okay. We do it on purpose because we're keeping your attention, because we're going to have some great conversation tonight. Can you hear us now, Ed? How's it going?
Yeah, I can hear you through my phone, but I don't know why it's not going through my earbuds. But I guess we can just rock it.
Yeah, we hear you great still. So maybe just throw us on speaker or something.
All right.
Let us
I can't see you, but I can see myself. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right. All right.
Can you see me now? And even if you can't.
No, I can't see you. I'm just seeing myself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here. I see you. And I promise I'm here. Well, Ed, you were this was so fun for me to tell everyone, hey, we have a secret guest that's joining us tonight. And I appreciate you being willing to be spontaneous enough to jump in. And
yes, thanks for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here.
Of course. And I'll be happy to read any questions that may come through the comment section. But I would love to have you just introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about the work that you do, because I know that there's people that are tuning in that are going to be interested.
Sounds good. Yeah, happy to be here. So I'm Ed Wootring. I met Ryan at an ADD or ADHD conference a couple years ago. And my wife and I have a company called Organize and Flow, and we help people with the challenge of being disorganized, and we do it through online courses as well as through a membership community that is interesting because we do a lot of similar things to tonight's folding with friends. So we have a community on a private platform that we built, and we have a place where we can all come together and talk about the challenge of clutter. And in our membership, we have a place that's a format that's designed to help you do more together than on your own.
Yes.
So it's the power of accountability. And we get together on Zoom several times a week on sessions led by expert coaches to take action together on a variety of different topics, from decluttering to organizing to cleaning to planning out your month and redoing your week, planning your week ahead. We've done a bunch of different types of session types. And it's just been great. We started out of a free phone call at the very beginning of the pandemic in March 2020, and it's been growing ever since. And we did a big rebrand last year because our name used to be Alejandro.tv, and that was named after my wife. And so the membership became the biggest part of our business. And so we had two different brands. We brought it all under one roof. And I'm so excited to be celebrating the 5th year of our membership this week. We're celebrating on Friday. And then we're also celebrating 17 years in business as of last week.
Ed, this is incredible. 17 years in business. So what inspired you to do the work that you guys do?
Well, when I first met my wife, she was moving into her first place, and I helped her unpack, and everything was out of boxes and had a home in the first few hours. And I told her that was pretty impressive. I hadn't seen that before, and she just kind of thought that was typical or normal, because that's all that she knows, because organizing is her superpower. So I was she went to the Container Store and got excited about seeing a sign that said that there was the National Association of Professional Organizers. And I encouraged her to go to a local chapter event. And she came back excited that everyone there was excited about the same things that she was.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we started out and created a business that started in in-home services, where she would go to people's homes and offices around the DC area. And so that's how we started, but we no longer do in-home services as of around 2011, and just moved everything online.
Wow. And just first off, congratulations, because just hearing that you can do that and that you've been able to continue to evolve and still add value for the people you're serving, it's inspiring for me, because I know I'm 5 years into the business, and what you mentioned about Alejandra, your wife, when she went to that event where there was other people that got excited about the same things that she does.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the group coaching calls that we do. And Josh says, dude, talk about a perfect match. Yeah, because I know that you're normally behind the scenes, Ed, and I don't know, with the rebrand, has that changed, or how does your role look these days?
So yeah, I'm more behind the scenes. I work a lot on the systems, the IT and software, the back end things, and businessy things. But I also fill in to lead sessions as like a substitute host, and I also do a lot of co-hosting of our sessions. So yeah, I do a little bit of both.
Well, I know that when you and I met at the conference, and I think that was the one in Dallas, wasn't it?
Right.
And yeah, I think it was 2023, and we just hit it off right away. And I still maintain that we are going to figure out some kind of way to collaborate, because I know that the work that you and Alejandra are doing for the audience and the people that are part of your membership and community is so valuable. And speaking of, hey, I know, are you able to see the comments, Ed, that are coming through, and like okay, that's fine. If anybody's here and you struggle with clutter, if you struggle with organization, if you struggle staying on top of making sure everything has its place, maybe give a thumbs up, or I don't know, maybe it would be a crying emoji. I'm not sure, but just so that people know that they're not alone, and know that there's people out there like Ed and his wife, and us here at Ryan Mayer Coaching. Like, we want you to know you don't have to try to do this on your own. So Joshua Zinkan says hand raised, so he struggles with it. We've got a thumbs up from Unity Shop 333. So we've got people definitely agreeing that this is something they struggle with. Ed, have you seen any, I guess, like, trends when it comes to, like, what are some common struggles, maybe is the best way to say it. Like when you're encountering people, like, I know that you told me you didn't originally intend to, like, work with people with ADHD, but tell me about some of the patterns you guys are seeing in this business.
Right. So yeah, plenty of our members have mentioned that they have ADD or ADHD. So yeah, it wasn't something we initially focused on. We focused on just the challenge, which was disorganization. And many people don't grow up in a home where you learn skills for organization, they don't teach a lot of this in school. And if it doesn't come naturally to you, then it can be something that people struggle with lifelong, until they work on this as a skill or something to improve upon. So yeah, everyone has different areas that are their challenge place. Like for me, I'm not great with paper personally. I hate paper. Paper is a common problem for a lot of people. But yes, some people have a lot of organized spaces, but they'll always have typically at least one space that they have challenges with, and even if it's like their car or sometimes like a purse or something. But yeah, I mean, there's a variety of different things too. You can have physical photos, but you can also have digital photos. You can have digital clutter with files and emails. So there's plenty of ways that clutter seeps into our lives.
You mentioned something that I have a feeling during our conversation, there's going to be a lot of things that hit close to home for me and a lot of people on here. Like one person, Unity Shop, says, "Am I a hoarder? ? LOL." And if anyone's just joining, I'm here with my friend Ed from Organize and Flow, and we are talking about clutter and how we can manage it better. And you mentioned when you brought up paper and how you don't handle that very well. I'm not pressing into that because I want you to be uncomfortable, but I want to press in for my own selfish benefit, because I always talk about the paper monster I feel I'm fighting against. And again, I'm wondering if anybody in the audience right now can relate to this. because for us with ADHD, like right now I'm looking at, like, I have my piece of paper from today, and I don't want to say it's a crutch, it's just a tool that I pretty much have to use because I have the acceptance that my brain works a little differently and that I need to write things down, and that's okay. Um, but then the problem is when I'm like, I keep a piece of paper because I'm like, all right, I wrote this thing down that I need to do and I don't want to forget. And then
Right.
there's hundreds or thousands of those pieces of paper. So just curious, in your own journey with the fight against paper and a lot of the people that you've helped to support, any tips for people like me who struggle with paper clutter?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned small notes. So yeah, having little small notes everywhere is a very common problem. We've even had sessions in our community that just focus on working on small notes because you can get them scattered all over your desktop or on your stuck to your monitor, and they get they're all in different parts of the process. So if you have multiple to-dos on each one, then you could be halfway through the to-do list and then you start taking notes on something else, and now your mind is strung across two different pieces of paper, let alone the fact that some of the notes on some piece of paper could be for two different types of projects or tasks. And so it gets into a lot of complexity here because a project is a much larger collection of tasks, and so there's drilling down and the hierarchy of things, how abstract or how large it is or how detailed and granular it is, versus
Right.
how wide it can be. So yeah, I mean, when you start writing things on disparate pieces of paper, it's hard to keep track of all that. So taking some time and collecting them and organizing what's left and what's left still to do, and getting rid of all the to-dos that are on the paper that no longer need to be looked at because you've already completed them. That just erases all that clutter from your mind. So having that ongoing routine to collect the to-dos and separate and organize the projects versus the tasks and routine tasks, it's something that we have to really build into our time and build into our schedule.
I cannot tell you how much it means to me that we're talking in this way because, wow, like you just explained so much of I don't want to call it baggage, but like a little bit of the shame, like that a lot of us carry around. And I know Joshua Zinkon, who's on here, he said that he relates. He goes, two pieces of paper, try two whiteboards, three pieces of paper, and four emails. But what he's explaining, I think so many of us can relate to. And I know, like for my particular flavor of ADHD, like I tell people when a beautiful idea or an action step or something that you have maybe forgotten about comes fluttering through your field of vision in your mind, I call my notebook my butterfly catcher because you have to catch that beautiful butterfly before it goes away. But the challenge, to your point, Ed, is that sometimes like that can be on multiple different pages. That can be in different locations in the house. It's just like you don't know when the idea is going to come to you. Um, I would love to just know because like I always think to myself. In fact, last week I just thought of this is I wish I had a day or I wish I had time set aside because for those of us with ADHD, many of us think about if I just had time set aside for this, I would do it. But then we never set time aside. Um, so I'm curious, like these different sessions that you offer on a weekly or I'll just like a regular cadence. What are some of the things that are the themes? Because I'm so interested and I want to come check some out and send people your way, because this sounds awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So we have a monthly theme. So each month we rotate whatever that theme is. We kind of make it seasonal, and then we have about 7 session types throughout the month.
Okay.
Some of which are repeated. For example, like our Welcome to the Week session on Sunday nights helps you to reevaluate and plan ahead for your week ahead, and also like look behind about the week that just happened. And then also release our monthly planning session. But we have a power hours. We have a power hour type of session, which is like 60 minutes of taking action on a theme, on a certain topic. And that session, and then a couple of other types, they will also be supporting the monthly theme. So let's say if one of our monthly themes recently was paper, then we could have, like I was saying, a small notes power hour.
Wow.
Power hour, 60 minutes, just focused on organizing our notes and papers around the desktop. And then we have Q&A calls, and we have like a 4-hour bring your own task broken up with multiple rounds of 45 minutes at a time. We play music, we have a timer on screen, we have suggested tasks. So it's all seasonal based on the monthly theme. Like I think in, there's spring cleaning one month, or spring organizing. There's preparedness around September, I believe. And then sometimes we just rotate around the holidays and travel and summer stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is great. Like, I know a couple of weeks ago, my son, who's 7, he helped me to get some of the stuff out of the shed to like get ready for the season. So we had we got out the patio furniture, and we got out the swings to reattach them onto the swing set. So to be able to have a community to plug into, and friends to help be body double with you, or just like accountability partners, man, that's a powerful idea.
Yeah. I mean, I've really come to appreciate the value of doing things with other people in a focused format where you're alongside people who are working on similar tasks and are really showing up because they really want to get stuff done. And even if you show up and you're not feeling like even joining the session, but you just show up, when you start seeing people that you regularly know their names, and you see their faces and recognize them, and you see that they're on the session and they're getting up and they're taking action, and even if you're not feeling like you're motivated that day, it's something about seeing us all doing it together that's like, well, I know they're going through some hard stuff, and they mentioned something, so if they can do it, then I can do it. So you start focused on something small and just roll the momentum, slowly building that, get that snowball moving. It's really powerful.
I love that. And I wonder if, I want to read something Joshua said here in the comments. He said, Coach, how many of our friends are planning trips in the summer that they talk about for months? And it's definitely true. And I wonder, is part of your theme, is one of the themes like preparing for travel too?
Oh yeah. We have, I can't remember, I think it's May. I have to double check, but I think we have some travel stuff in there. It might be June as well. And it can be, some of the sessions are related to planning your trips, which actually might be earlier in the year, but actually, no one likes to pack for a trip. So it could be packing your suitcase, or it could be unpacking your suitcase on the way back.
Yes.
I know a lot of times people talk about they come home from a trip and stuff doesn't even get out of the suitcase for quite a while, just because they don't feel like taking action on getting all that out. And everyone puts dreads and procrastinates packing their suitcase until the last minute. At least I know I do. So it can just be helpful to have some time dedicated on the calendar when you have a little bit more time to just get everything right and make a checklist and make sure you don't miss anything.
Well, I was in here. Are you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on. I'm talking with Ed. Okay, good night. You can come say hi.
Do you all have any trips planned this year?
He can't see you though right now. Something's wrong with the camera. So just say hi to him. Say hi.
Hi.
Is that Andrea?
No, this is our son Ethan. You can't see him right now, but he is here. So he goes, "Are you still on?" I'm like, "Yeah." All right.
Hi, Ethan.
Yeah,
I don't know why I can't see you guys. I can just see myself.
Oh, that's okay. If anyone who's on knows anything about Instagram, if they can help troubleshoot for Ed, we would appreciate it. I do not know, so I can't really help in that department. But we are here with Ed, and he is from Organize and Flow. He and his wife Alejandra have been doing this business now. They've been in business for 17 years and getting ready to celebrate the anniversary of the business here this Friday. What are you doing for the celebration?
So we're gonna play some games and have a fun time with our members and take a look back at the past of where we come from.
Oh, I love that.
Because when our membership started, it was, like I said, it's from a free phone call, which led to hundreds of people staying on just a phone call. We couldn't see each other like we can on Zoom for hours and hours. It was like 700 some people.
700.
And by the end of it, they were saying they got more done than they had in years.
Yes.
And so, this is March 2020 when everything's, kind of, you're supposed to stay at home.
Yeah.
We just did a month of pay what you can sessions. We get 10% to Feeding America. And
wow.
by the end of the month, everyone said, well, how do we continue? So we had to scramble and put together a structure and a format. So it was called Team Organized back then.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to take a look back at that, do some trivia, have some fun games. We're going to talk to our members and find out what lessons they've learned over these years and what kind of advice they might have for anyone else who's working on getting organized or getting started. Play some videos and our membership has been closed for a while, so we're actually going to be opening up enrollment to our membership on Friday as well. So it'll be opened at this open house that we're having for this 5-year celebration.
Well, you and I'll have to circle back and maybe later tonight or tomorrow or whatever, and get some more info on that so that I can share it out with everyone in my audience, so that maybe we can get some people coming back to your membership.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We'd love to have some more friends in the community.
So Joshua, who has been a big help during this already, he suggested maybe trying like a swipe to the right or the left, perhaps, or like a swipe up and down. I don't know.
I'm on Android, and when I swipe, I get the keyboard for the comments, but the icons I see are for the mic, the camera, switching the camera, and then like a AI filter type of a icon.
What happens if you press camera or try to like? Yeah. Okay.
It cuts it off.
Yeah. All right.
Or it switches to back camera.
Yeah. All right. Well, we tried. It's okay.
I'll do some laundry here, though.
All right, you can do some laundry. Perfect.
What's new in your all's world?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So I always look forward to having guests on the show too, because it's just a chance to catch up. So lots of updates have been happening at Ryan Mayer Coaching since the last time we chatted. When we met in 2023, I did have group coaching, but not as many group coaching offerings as I have now. So we have, I think, 5 or 6 different groups that meet with both myself and some of my associate coaches. So we're so grateful to be able to be a part of. I mean, I'm sure that you and Alejandra feel this as well. Just getting a chance to be a part of people's journey. It's just so special to be able to help them. And so we have people that have been part of the community now for years, and we We also have expanded into having a digital community too. And maybe it was indirectly from some of our conversations, because as you talked about having the power hour, I offered past tense, something similar that we call the productivity sprint. We struggled to get attendance there, so now I've made it more of like a I call it the bullpen, where people can join our community for free. So if any of you are looking for some accountability, feel free to join that. We can get you connected with Ed, or you can join our community. You can join for free, and then there's paid options as well. But basically, those who do join, they can go in and say, "Hey, anybody, free at 1:00 today? I've got some time and I'm trying to work on something." So it sounds like very similar to what you're doing with your community. So
yeah,
so we offer that, and then our group coaching meets every other week, and then also once every 2 weeks we offer a community coaching, where everybody who's part of the community, or who might be some of my like one-on-one clients, can all join, and we go through some like frequently asked questions or common themes, just to, again, like really support each other and build some momentum on the things that we're working on.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so those things are good. And then the other, I would say the newest thing since, and this is definitely like since 2023, is I have started a corporate offering. So this is being able to go into organizations and talk with them about how they can make intentional shifts in their culture to be more inclusive. So I call it my neuroinclusion program. So it's where we are helping them to my like tagline of it is helping you to see the invisible. And I say, like, you're seeing the invisible potential, but I'm also helping people to realize, like, seeing the invisible risks that are out there. And in fact, Joshua, who's on, helped to introduce me to a global organization that he's a part of. So I had the chance to go in there and talk to them about resiliency and the importance of that. So yeah, it's been really fun, and it helps us to reach more people more often and have a bigger ripple effect, which has been awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. It sounds like you're really having a broader reach and reaching like the larger organizations, and then they have their own spheres of influence. So that's pretty exciting.
Thank you. And as we were just chatting, it reminded me of two connections I want to make to introduce to you. So I'm writing that down on my piece of paper before I forget. Connect at.
Catching a butterfly.
Yep, I'm catching it right now. What are they called? Okay, cool. These are two tools that I've been using recently that have really helped, that I think could be a benefit to help enhance what you have already worked so hard to create. So I'll send those your way afterwards.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to catch up on that too.
And then let's see, what else?
Were you doing something with AI?
Yeah, that was actually one of the things I was going to say is, and thank you for remembering. So we've had some changes there, but it's we lovingly refer to the AI support that we can offer to the community and to my clients as Robo Ryan. And
Nice.
Robo Ryan originally he was created through a company that fortunately did so well in San Francisco that they got acquired. And the sad part of that is that the coaching component was no longer going to be part of their service line. But that's okay. I'm really excited for the co-founder that, we got to become friends from working together. So it was a great opportunity for him. But as fate would have it, because I think I had texted you about that neurodiversion event that was in Austin.
Right. Chris Kilbo.
Yes. So this year, so while I was at the event was the last day that Robo Ryan V1, as I was calling him, was still active, and then they were unplugging the system. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to this neurodiversion event. I'm just going to enjoy that and whatever, like we'll figure it out. And sure enough, I introduced to someone. We're just having a conversation, enjoying some delicious food in Austin, Texas. There's a whole bunch of us out there, and I was asking her, like, what does her company do? Turns out she does the exact, like, not the exact same thing, but she offers something very similar. And so that very day that Robo Ryan V1, was sunsetted, Robo Ryan V2, the origin story began.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how things like that happen.
Yeah, for sure. And just like when you and I met at the 2023 conference, like, I went to this event really honestly not knowing what to expect. And it was great. Like, Chris and his team did a phenomenal job, like, making it very intentionally inclusive and ADHD friendly. And next year it's going to be even bigger and better. So for anybody who's out there, keep an eye out for Neurodiversion 2026. We had about 300 people go to it, this year one. So I think it's only going to grow from there.
Sounds like a great event.
Yeah, no, it really was. And I had the chance to present, and my topic was, and actually I'd be very interested to get your thoughts on this. My topic was the 7 biggest mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur with ADHD. Now, granted, if I remember correctly, you and Alejandra, neither of you officially have ADHD, right?
Not officially. I think Alejandra identifies as being neurodivergent, but I'm not sure exactly. She hasn't really had any testing done or anything.
Yeah, roger that. Well, regardless, now why was I asking that question? Because I was talking about neurodiversion. Oh, yep, that'll happen every once in a while. I'm like, what?
That's a butterfly lost.
Dang it. But that's okay, because the reason why I think I lost it is because something else came to my mind that I'm like, oh, I want to write this down. So
you're talking about your presentation.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Thank you. ADHD Online. There we go. So my presentation, the seven biggest mistakes. So here they are, and I want to see which ones that you both might relate to.
Okay.
So number 1 is trying to do everything ourselves and not getting enough help.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that one was my biggest learning lesson, because it turns out that there's actually people out there who want to help you, and you can trade. You could either do it all yourself and run out of time and run out of money and run out of bandwidth, or you can ask people for help, because that leads to number 2, which is having unrealistic expectations. It's good to have to dream big and to go for it, but also knowing that, hey, we're human, we have limitations, and that's okay. And for those of us out here who do have this diagnosis, I always talk about radical acceptance, and just knowing, like, hey, I shouldn't be surprised when this happens over and over again, like it has my entire life. So rather than continue to beat myself up over it, just plan for it.
Right.
And like the day before the presentation, I was up till like 4 a.m. And at first that I was very upset with myself, but then I'm like, you know what? Literally, this is number 2 of this presentation. Just accept this is the way you are, and that's okay. And in fact, the work that you guys do at Organize and Flow. So anyone who's just joining, I'm here with Ed from Organize and Flow. And the community environments that you offer, that's exactly what ADHD brains need. And that was my biggest realization and radical acceptance was like, I know that my brain, the circuits of my brain do not really fully fire until I'm with other people. So just having that radical acceptance and knowing like, hey, I'm not so good with numbers. So asking for help in that area is okay too. So that was number 2. 3 was not knowing what direction you're going in. So not having specific goals. Like I did a poll of the crowd and almost everybody raised their hand where I said, how many of you have gotten to the end of the day where you were really busy? You couldn't believe how busy you were. And yet you're wondering, what did I actually work on? What did I actually accomplish? But that's where setting your goals, even having small steps in your projects, going to help you to make progress and feel good about it so that you know what direction you're going in, basically.
Yeah, and it can help to like plan it out, and then as you go through, cross things off, and you can see you're crossing things off. So you get to remind yourself the progress that you've made.
We literally talked about that today in my group coaching call. I want to say hi to Maggie Blair, who's over here on YouTube. Hi, Maggie. And she asked the question, how do I know if I have ADHD? And Coach Ryan is not a certified medical professional. However, I have partnered with an organization called ADHD Online. And in fact, Ed, I just put away, you couldn't see it, but I just put away my ADHD Online t-shirt. And we're going to come back to the 7 mistakes in a second, but this is important for Miss Blair, who's asking this question. So they have they're totally changing the game for when it comes to diagnosis. So for less than $200, like we're talking like less than $150, you can get an official ADHD diagnosis in less than 72 hours.
Wow.
And this is done, it's reviewed by a qualified medical professional who are specially trained, obviously, in this kind of work. And I've had several clients who have felt the same way as Maggie does, like, hey, just wondering, like, do I have ADHD? And they've been able to get the answers that they've been looking for. So that's been really powerful. So Maggie, you can check them out, ADHDonline.com, and then you can use discount code Coach Ryan 50 at checkout for $50 off. And going back to number 4. Now I want to grab my cheat sheet. It's like number 4. What was number 4? Please hold.
And a couple of the points you made really sounds like it comes down to knowing yourself and knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and then coming to some acceptance of it and trying to find ways to lean into your strengths and counterbalance your weaknesses with other measures, right?
I love it because it's absolute bullseye, because that's exactly what I want to tell people. All right, here we go. Oh, you'll appreciate this, Ed. This was perfect. Not having a sacred space. So not having and again, remember, it's entrepreneurs. So whether it's a brick and mortar location, or if you're like me and you work from home, having that space that, like, okay, when you sit down at your desk or your workstation or whatever the case may be, you just know, like, okay, it's game time.
Right.
And when they're, Ed was telling us before about clutter and the challenges of that. And I said to go from doom to done. And I'm sure, Ed, in your world, you've come across the acronym of doom piles.
It didn't open.
Did it?
The other part?
Well, yeah, it's funny because I just always thought it meant like impending doom. Like, I have no idea what's in this pile and I could be in big trouble. But what I heard it stood for is didn't organize, only moved.
Oh, right.
But I guess it could apply to mail too, like didn't open, only moved or something. But
yeah, I've heard of doom boxes as well. Like if you move and you just keep the stuff inside the box, but you never open it up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I said move from doom to done, and then more space equals less stress. So just kind of taking and I'm sure you guys do this too in your communities, but like looking at things one at a time and just being like, okay, so like, where does this go? What is this for? What are we trying to do with this thing? And then everything has its place. So that was number 4. Number 5 is having blurry boundaries. And this one is not only blurry boundaries between like work and home, because, with all of us having access through our smartphones and everything, that can be tough. But also realizing it's important to not overcommit, because I think a lot of us with ADHD, we can get caught up in being people pleasers and want to try to do everything for everyone. And what I tell people is, remember that the flip side of yes is no, meaning like when you are saying yes, you're automatically saying no to everything else simultaneously.
Right.
So just make sure that you're giving yourself the chance to recharge. Number 6 is I'm too busy for my body. And then the solution to that is movement is mandatory. So like ADHD, like everyone's brains benefits from exercise, and we all know that, but especially for those with ADHD, like on days when I don't play basketball in the morning, I can tell a difference. So I've now created a rule where on days when I don't play basketball, I must do the walking treadmill like while I'm on some of my meetings, so that I can keep things going in the right direction.
Yeah, I found that working out first thing in the morning is the one way that I make sure I get it done.
Yes.
And it's like the leading domino of a bunch of other positive effects in my life. And if I don't do it, then I'm more likely to do like bad habits or not, be as healthy for myself.
I think it's spot on. What would you say are some of the positives that, because you said it's the lead domino for positives, like what?
So I feel like working out in the morning helps, just get the blood flowing. So I get more, I have less like brain fog and more,
yes,
I'm sharper, more with it.
Totally agree.
And then have more energy. And then it leads me to want to eat more healthy or, better diet, tend to hydrate more. And then, because I'm doing all that, I get to bed early because I want to make sure I'm recharging and resting. So it just sort of is a whole cycle in the right direction.
Totally agree. So those led up to then number 7, which is something that I think a lot of us struggle with, which is not valuing ourselves enough. And specifically like undercharging. Because trying to coach my clients and myself to remind us, hey, we do add a ton of value with the work that we do. So making sure that we can use that, remind ourselves of that, so that we can use the work that we do and the value that we bring to build the lifestyle that we want. So
Yeah, I like that.
So there you go. That's my big 7.
Well, that's a great set of points to keep in mind.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing all that.
Totally. And if anyone is not yet subscribed to my channel on the YouTube, I just actually posted a recording of that talk. So for me, I'm all about just like, I want to put value out into the world. So it's not about the money, because to me, money is just an echo of value anyway.
Yeah, it's just energy.
And then one other thing I'll celebrate is, and Joshua, I really appreciate that you've been putting some stuff in the chat. He said, don't forget your other win. You had the chance to speak to the greatest Air Force in the world, the United States Air Force. I had the honor of being asked to present on one of their their diversity and leadership presentations that they had.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
They're lucky to have you.
Thank you. No, it was a really powerful session, and yeah, it was really cool. So let's see, that all happened. Oh, and we also have, I have a podcast now. So I started that, I think, middle-ish of last year. So now we're on, I think, episode 23.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So that's just been a lot of fun. And one of the things that I wrote down, the butterfly that I caught, was that I've got to get the members of Organize and Flow onto the More Than ADHD podcast.
Sounds good.
So are you allowed to share? Are there any big new things that are coming out? Because I know you said you're doing some kind of a push for membership on Friday. Is there anything on the horizon for Organize and Flow?
Well, we just got through the rebrand and then bringing all of our students and members over to the new platform.
Yeah,
at the end of last year. So far, I've been working on just telling the world what we've got now, because we worked so hard to create this amazing private space. It's like we almost have our own social network that's off of social media. So we have a safe place for our community to live and talk about challenges of clutter and come together to connect. So it's mainly just focused on sharing what we built and growing the membership and supporting more people. So we're going to be working more on just marketing and maybe getting in front of other audiences. Well,
and I want you can't see me raising my hand, but I am to volunteer myself to help you guys get the word out there. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, absolutely. And are you finding that a lot of the people that were part of the community the first time around, like are a lot of them returning now with your kind of like the new version of it? Yeah, I mean, it's the same community, so we've never stopped. And we still have some members who are still with us from the very beginning. That's amazing. Yeah. So
Yeah, but we have some members who, had to take a break for some reason or another.
Oh,
to
sure.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, on top of that, we're just meeting new friends and yeah.
So as you're over there doing some laundry and people are stopping by, in the organizing work that you guys do, is there anything specific that pertains to laundry that are like, oh, here's something that like, here's a tip no one thinks about? I don't know. Is there anything laundry related that comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is everyone struggles with the fitted sheet, but that's kind of a popular topic.
So what is the organize and flow suggested approach to handling the anxiety producing task of dealing with fitted sheets?
I'm not sure we have any. I mean, I'm not one of the coaches, so I may be a bad person to ask here, but I'm not sure if we have a specific hack for that or anything. I think sometimes people overthink it a little bit, but I think you just cut the corners into the corners and then you fold it over. So I don't think it necessarily even has to be perfect. We're really more just about making things better over here and getting out of our heads and getting out of the perfectionism. So
yes,
it doesn't really matter. Like whatever works for you and whatever is going to just like lead to improving your environment a little bit better over time, putting these small sessions that really add up to big progress or keep the ball moving, or moving the ball down the field, whatever metaphor you want to use.
Well, I think you're spot on because I know what Joshua said in the comments was the 3-point shirt fold. So just making it simple, and I agree. Like not overthinking stuff, because all of us, ADHD or not, can fall into that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think also you should do what works for you and what prioritize what matters to you. Like for me, I have a lot of like workout clothes that go in the laundry, and I have some workout shirts that are, wrinkle free or whatever you call them. They're the performance fabric.
Yeah.
And I don't even care if those are wrinkled. So sometimes I don't even spend time folding them. I just jam them into that one little part of one drawer because I know exactly what I'm grabbing from. And I can spend other time on things that are more important that need to be folded for that.
Love that.
It's really just adapting to whatever works for your lifestyle.
I had a coach that I worked with, an ADHD coach, master certified coach, Jay Perry, or the living legend, as I like to call him. And he said, just do it, to your point, Ed, like just do it your way. Like, and and he told me, we get to, especially when we're entrepreneurs, we get to decide the rules of the games that we play. He played baseball growing up, and so did I. So he was like, Ryan, you're a baseball guy. And he's like, there's a lot of rules. There's balls and strikes, fair ball, foul ball. Like someone had to come up with that. And when we try to play by, society's rules, sometimes it doesn't always go well. So he's like, why not just do it a way that works for you?
Exactly.
So I totally agree.
Question everything.
Yeah. Love that.
Anytime I hear a voice in my head that says you should be doing something a certain way, that should is a bell in my head to ask myself, well, why is that appropriate, and is it still appropriate for me right now?
I really love that, and I'll say that same bell rings true for me. Heyo, because I always say to my clients, should either leads to or comes from shame.
Yes.
Where it's like, that's only going to make us think about, oh man, like when I was younger and I messed that thing up, I should have remembered that, or I should have done that better. Or the anxiety of looking forward, like, oh, I don't want someone to think a certain way about me. I should do this thing. And then I was going to say, okay, back it up. No, lost it, but it'll come back.
Yeah. It's really just, what is your future self going to be happy with your decision?
Precisely.
Because if we do think for other people, then our future self may not be happy with us because we put ourselves in a position we don't want to be in. So you got to be comfortable with yourself and your own, honor your own compass internally, so that you're making sure that you're going to feel good with whatever decision you're doing for you.
I completely agree. And I just remembered the thing I was going to say, which is one thing I can celebrate is that today was the first day of this course that I'm taking based on the book Positive Intelligence. And it's a PQ course. So instead of like IQ, which is, your intelligence quotient, this is PQ. Your PQ.
Positivity factor?
Well, no, I'm thinking like, wait, what is P? Josh, help me out. What does PQ stand for? I kind of forget. Hold on. I have the
PQ or EQ?
It's P as in Peter.
Okay.
And now I'm like, okay, I literally just took the course today. What does PQ stand for? No, not performance qualification. That's so funny. Positive intelligence, but like positive intelligence. Anyway. Program. Hold on, I'm clicking it. Because when you were talking about like, what made me think of this is when you said the alarm bell goes off and I think, why am I thinking that way? And what it means, what they talk about is the sages and the saboteur. Now I'm like, okay, what does this stand for?
Okay.
It's bothering me. But anyway, so just such a great group of people that I'm doing this with. It's several other ADHD coaches, and it just feels really good to be able to start thinking about this, and the benefits are really proven. So anyway, whenever I find out what it means, take her further.
Yeah, we're gonna have to connect after this. You're gonna have to talk about all these butterflies you're writing down.
Seriously, I know. Positive intelligence. Positive intelligence.
What made you? How did you find this course?
So it's actually Joshua and I, a friend of ours, Derek, a fellow coach and ADHDer, he reached out and said that they were extending this grant program. So this is normally like a several $1,000 training, but they wanted to help bring it to more coaches to just help us to understand ourselves better so that we can better serve our clients.
That's great.
Yeah, so they're actually doing it for free. So I get access to this awesome thing. And then again, I think this reminds me of what you told me that you all are doing with your community. Built it in such a way that it helps to reinforce it because they're doing these micro learnings. So they have an app that goes along with it. And helps you to retain the things that you're doing and practice them. So a lot of it, what it comes down to from the one class that I've been to so far, is basically being able to be present. So I mean, obviously mindfulness is a huge thing, last 15 to 20 years, but it's just about being present. So he gave the example of when you wake up, your head is on the pillow. So the first thing that he does to, get he calls it PQ reps, like to get his reps in. Very similar to what you were saying, Ed, of like starting your day with working out. He's like, before I even get out of bed, I notice, how does the pillow feel on the back of my head? Okay. So that's like the first thing. Then he starts to get out of bed, puts his feet on the floor. How do my feet feel? How does the floor feel? And the reason for all this kind of like mindfulness is that it stops our mind from just like spiraling into the, oh, how am I going to do this? Oh, I have so much to do today. Oh, I'm so stressed out. I can't believe what's happening in the news. Like the usual things that we get caught up on.
Right.
Yes.
The pattern.
Really just being present is the whole deal. And I really liked this perspective that he gave too on the lesson that we learned today, which was any negative emotion that we experience, fear, anger, anxiety, whatever, it's not that it's bad. In fact, like you said before about the word should, just when it happens, letting it kind of ring the bell or throw the challenge flag, and let it help you realize something, like something's out of alignment or you're feeling a certain way. And he said,
information.
Yeah, exactly. And the analogy he used, which I really liked, was if you experience a negative emotion, it's very much like putting your hand on a hot stove. Because he said it's meant to tell you something. In this case, like putting your hand on this thing is not a good idea. And
right.
he said, but last time I checked, why would you keep your hand on the stove? And yet so many of us, and I was like, man, this really like, it was very memorable for me, because when we have those negative emotions, how many of us just kind of ruminate and get stuck in like, yeah, this is terrible. I don't like this, man. What a bad day. Oh, this is never going to get better. Like all these negative thoughts. And instead he's like, no, you wouldn't keep your hand on the stove. So like you notice it, you acknowledge it, and then you pull it away and go in the right direction. So there's your PQ summary for day one.
Thanks.
All right. So Ed, you've been amazing hanging with us. If people want to learn more about your community, where can they find out more, and maybe to join you on Friday and things like that?
Sure, yeah. So our website is organizeandflow.com, and you can sign up at the bottom of the page on the yellow section for our free calendar.
Ooh.
It's a monthly calendar of tasks, and we update it at the end of each month for the upcoming month. So right now it's still this current month, but in a few days we'll switch to next month's calendar, and that'll get you on our email list. So that's the easiest way. If you want to join our open house this Friday, it's www.organizeandflow.com/open-house.
All right.
So you're welcome to join us there. And then we have a Instagram account and a Facebook account, etc. They're all called Organize and Flow.
So you heard it here first, everyone. Well, maybe not first, but you heard it here today. If you want to learn more about how to get things organized and get into flow, you can check out Ed and the team over at Organize and Flow, and they're having an open house this Friday. So stop on by and learn more about how you can get your life organized.
Let's see if I can drop a link in the chat here.
Yeah, do it. And then and Joshua Zincon already put it in there. What a guy.
Oh, thank you, Joshua.
I'm pinning it. There it is. All right, I'll pin yours. There it is. www.organizeandflow.com/open-house. That's great.
Yeah, we'd love to have you join us. And Ryan, you're welcome to join us as well if you want to. You and Andrea.
Thank you. She came in for a minute. You couldn't see. She was here, but then it lasted about 30 seconds, and then someone was crying upstairs. So that's how it goes sometimes, but that's okay.
Gotcha.
But I really do appreciate you being willing to hang out with us today, Ed. And I did write down the things to send you. And my commitment to you is that after the call, I will send it over your way and we can schedule a time to connect.
Yeah, I love that. We definitely have a lot to catch up on as well, even beyond what we talked about tonight.
For sure. That'd be great. Well, we'll have to have you back on Folding with Friends on another day where my TikTok is working and your camera's working, and it'll be great.
All right. Yeah, we'll get all the tech bugs worked out. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a great time tonight. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. That was great. We'll see you next time.
Sounds good. Thanks, everyone. Hope you'll have a good one. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
What a nice guy. And we gotta get some more friends coming along on Folding with Friends. Makes the time just fly on by. When you're with good people, though, that's what happens. Yeah, love it too. AR, hey, welcome. Stop folding and start listening. Exactly. It's great. Cat Pond 1, welcome. Hey, everybody. So happy that you're here. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Ryan Mayer, certified ADHD coach, corporate neuroinclusion specialist, and your ADHD wingman, helping you navigate through the storms of life caused by ADHD. Would love to know where everyone is tuning in from. I wonder if there's anybody out there from, I don't know, let's see, South Dakota. Anyone from South Dakota out there? Just throwing out a random state. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not one, but two special guests, secret guests for today. You've heard me say his name several times today. And now you're going to get a chance to meet the one and only Joshua Zinkhan. Wah, 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 wah. Or at least I think you are. Oh, it said unable to join. I don't know why. Not working. All right, hold on. Let's see here. What's up, JT Photo? There he is.
I think it's working now.
I think it's working.
Love this. This is amazing.
Have you ever tuned into Folding with Friends before?
It's been a year ago, Coach.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad you're here. Great to see you.
I love this. So I was texting Coach earlier, and I had to send him some love. I just sent him a text that, "Hey, Coach, I love you, and you're amazing, and I appreciate everything about you." And he said, "I'm about to go fold," and received.
Yes.
And I'm like, "Well, send me a link." And of course, he ghosted me because he's going to fold laundry. So I had to go find this link, and here I am. I already folded my laundry, but now I'm cleaning my outside. I got like a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, so I'm cleaning up all this hocus pocus. It's amazing.
Hocus pocus.
Well, that's amazing.
Well, for your information, I don't think there is a link. I don't even have a link to send. So I'm glad you found it.
I looked at your emails and it said, "Hey, check out Instagram or TikTok." I'm like, "Well,
yeah,
I got Instagram, so I get on it like once every 6 months when my wife sends me something." But
yeah.
So I hopped on, and there you were.
Here we are.
I'm here picking up bubbles and all this good stuff. Listening to this is amazing. I know she's not there, but I want to give a shout out to Andrea, like taking care of those kiddos, man.
I know.
And taking care of the family. It's amazing.
They are they're all amped up because I don't know if you were on right at the beginning. I don't think you were. Huge day at the Mayor House. We installed a brand new basketball hoop, in-ground hoop.
Yeah, I heard that.
You did hear that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's incredible.
And that's your jam, right? That's
yeah.
Number one dunker in the neighborhood.
Well, and speaking of the neighborhood, we're just really blessed because, like I of course didn't think ahead, and like you and I were on the productivity sprint, and then I'm like, I had to just like peace out without any warning because they were delivering the hoop, and so I go out there, they deliver it, and then Ethan, of course, wanted to like tear the thing open right away. So I'm like, well, we can open it and kind of see, maybe we can get some stuff laid out and like, maybe over the weekend or something, we can try to put it up. And I'm like, well, we might be able to actually do this. And then my neighbor across the street was coming over to borrow. This is like so ADHD, can't even make this up. He's like, hey, can I borrow that your like blower for my grass? I'm like, yeah, of course. So he comes back over, he's like, battery's dead.
Of course.
I'm like, yep, of course it is. That's why I have 4. So he went and used one, but over the winter I had unplugged it because I didn't want to like burn out the battery. So then, of course, the other ones like went pretty quickly. He's like, yep, we're all empty. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. And I'm like, well, while you're here, and he's like, I'll get my tools. Perfect. So he was great. He's literally right across the street. He just great. Like, he's the neighbor, like the all-American neighbor everyone wants to have.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we got the thing up in one night. Like, I'm just astonished.
Did you do a layup on it already or no?
Well, you said I was the dunker on the street.
Well, you can't dunk as soon as the cement's like going, right?
Well, the good part is, and so much credit to Andrea on this, she's been like on top of it. So like she took the kids to Dick's Sporting Goods and ordered it while I was in Austin at Neurodiversion. So I wasn't there. But then it turns out that the base wasn't good. We had an anchor because the previous owner, I actually know the family that lived here prior to us. And it's a guy I play morning basketball with. So they had a very nice hoop here when we looked at the house. I brought my brother over to see the house and the hoop was gone. Like before we moved in, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, there was a hoop here yesterday. So we had to renegotiate a little bit there. But anyway, the point is the anchor was already there. So we did a little switcheroo to get because since I know him, it was great. I just texted him. I'm like, hey, what kind of hoop do you have? And so it's called a goal setter. Great name for what we do.
But goal setting versus goal getting. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So why set it when you can go get it? But anyway, so that was already there. It matched up perfectly. We didn't have to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars to get someone to come like rip out the old like anchor. So
Yeah.
it just was perfect.
You guys ever seen what an ADHD garage looks like? It's kind of like this. Oh, there's like 7 projects going on,
Yep.
and it's such anxiety all the time. All I want to do is clean it.
Yeah.
And actually, all I want to do is do the projects, but I have to clean first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad Ed couldn't see it. You'd be like, we can help you.
I was like, Ed, I know you. I need you. Like, hey, that's such an amazing relationship, right? Like, it's perfect match made in heaven.
Yeah, like it was funny because I met him at that conference and I'm like, oh, so you have ADHD too? He's like, oh no, I don't. I'm like, oh, well, your wife has it. He's like, no, she doesn't either. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, but a lot of our clients do. I'm like, of course they do.
Is it Aaron Condren? Is that the
What's that? Who's that?
never mind. I
Okay.
forgot the name.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But yeah, the organization lady.
Okay. Great.
But if her and Ryan Mayer had a baby, it's Ed.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So you were talking something there, Coach, that was there towards the end about being present, and you're doing your PQ training, and
Yeah,
that's my jam. I love the being present, and it's so difficult.
Well, yeah, I was thinking you were gonna love that, and then I came over and saw like, Coach, this is my jam. I'm like, yep. or no, you said this is my zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do, Coach, to be present?
This is gonna sound maybe cheesy or whatever, but I think people will understand when I say it. I put my phone away, like I can't reach it. Yeah, like I don't want my phone anywhere near me because, again, getting back to that radical acceptance, I already know I won't be able to, or history has shown that up to this point, so I don't want to say I won't be able to, but up to this point, it is proven that I am not able to resist the dopamine of like, ooh, someone just texted me. I wonder what it is. So I just, out of sight, out of mind, I just put it in the other room, and then I can just be fully present. Now, when that's not, maybe in the workplace, that's not always possible. So to be...
Work phone right here.
Yeah, exactly. Right, there it is. So what I will also do is when the other person is talking, I'm deeply listening.
Be intentional about that, right?
Yeah, because it's so easy for our mind to go a bunch of different places, including, ooh, I can't wait to speak over, like, I have to say this thing. This is going to make me sound so smart and clever. It's like, no, just let them talk.
Oh, tell me about that, right? Like, what are some skills? Because I struggle in this space. And, you know me, I'm like, I can't wait to talk. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
What are some skills that somebody needs to work on to be able to have that pause, to intently listen?